Oh shit. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. I said I woke up feeling like Pootie Tang sagging. Uninspired, new raps, I'm just bragging. And the substance, new cats is just lacking. It ain't catchy, I'm still stuck in the past then. I'm trapped in the young man's frame. Is my soul too old to play the young man's game? All the lame get the best promo. Can't rap, but he takes some fresh photos. Me no do collab for free. Lyrically, can't afford half of me. It's for the love when I'm working, still knowing what I'm deserving. So blame the bills when I go Uma Thurman. In the stew shepherd in the booth, tell the truth. Like if I don't, somebody might shoot. I'm on the mission, I ain't got time for distractions. Ho, I know the mic like a Jackson. Anything else that's secondary. Fishy, y'all be doing emos. I'm a one-to-one, they could tell already. Do it for the W's, but I'm from the East Coast. Can they come for me? Probably not. Talk facts, talk money, polyglot. Yeah, I lie with the punchlines. Every single bar when I lie who I. My homegirl told me that I talk too much, so I'ma play the corner, let the aura speak. I be trying to get the draws with some clever lines. Too much talking, make it go, never mind. Silence, that's the word of the day. Try frontin' on the block, keep it smurdered today. That's word to 9-6, I'ma take them to church, where them niggas don't preach, but they pass the word. Yeah, young Stro flow like no other. Y'all fools uncool like mother brother. Ain't nobody wanna be fan before the sponsors. Moms had no assist before my nuances. Somebody better tell me, wake up. 2020, lit. I am not friends with you rap. Matter of fact, all y'all eat it. Turn my headphones up.
What the f?
Club FM Philly.
Chocolate Sundaes.
Yeah. It's no biggie. I go with the flow, it's no biggie. Yeah. I get high, get low, it's no biggie. Yeah. I run off with the dough, it's no biggie. Yeah. It's no biggie, no biggie, no biggie, no biggie. Nah, I hit it, no biggie. I take over the globe, it's no biggie. Yes, he did, you ain't gotta ask, did he? Yeah. Shout out Faith. Only thing to get you through a day in the States. Like vivarium, plenty of snakes. Satan starts showing his face. I see him in the streets. Get the news to you, no journalists. Let them visit the Mecca, they try and stay permanent. Make it hot, light it up, burning it. Mics get me high like loud with Sherman in. Can I get a little Kim, please? Travel, bring my people over, seas. In the hood, follow your dreams, sound like a tease. If y'all got that lock, we coming for the keys. Wars on the street, lies on the feed. Your life's a beat, you just show the breeze. Trick, please. No, I won't fail. Damn, got a whole lot of pressure, and I'm only one man, but it's no biggie. I go with the flow, it's no biggie. I get high, get low, it's no biggie. I run off with the dough, it's no biggie. It's no biggie, no biggie, no biggie, no biggie. My hit it, no biggie. I take over the globe, it's no biggie. Yes, he did, you ain't gotta ask, did he? Slim, but I'm hungry like I'm plus size. Cooking up vibes, go Biggie with the pie. Word to mama, I'ma get her while it's hot. Motivated by the glimpse of a letter that I got from the city. Rent got raised to 50. Cribs till I got a neighbor named Billy. Young boss paid the cost, no gimme. Can't trust it when they come to freeway, no Philly. I'ma rock y'all silly, aim for the kill. From the underground to the mass uphill, I display more skill. Fresh Prince, but never with the uncool feel. No TV show, this shit real. I was a bad boy trying to get a deal. Still, speech the best from east to the west. Smooth as the man with the coochie on his chest. Yes, but it's no biggie. I go with the flow, it's no biggie. I get high, get low, it's no biggie. I run off with the dough, it's no biggie. It's no biggie, no biggie, no biggie, no biggie. Nah, I hit it, no biggie. I take over the globe, it's no biggie. Yes, he did, you ain't gotta ask, did he?
Tell my uptown posse, tell my uptown posse, get the edge, get the edge, get the edge, get the edge. Tell my beat, get my beat,
Flux FM Delay. Chocolate Sundaes.
To my third wall, posse, to my third wall, posse, get that.
You know I'm full-time tripping. If this would look like Zaha Hadid did it, nah, he's different. Hove here to deliver you like Moses. So it's in this beautiful fact we the chosen. Throwing Roc Nation brunches, that's a feast for non-believers. I created my own Easter. Evidence for your reverence. Why would I not have a watch like a Saudi prince? It unfoils the slave that shook hands and humbled the Duke of oil. The spook that spoke sterling silver and pearls tore tumbled out of my nappy coils. Visions of sugar plums for all of the boys and goyles. Look, why would I sell out of my ready wrist? Don't make no sense. Got more money than Goodell. A whole NFL bench. Did it one-handed like Odell. Handcuffed to a jail. I would've stayed on the sidelines if they could've tackled the chip themselves. You backstabbers gon' turn me back to the OJ. He's not who you wanna see. He's not as sweet as the Oye. Trying to get mentions, bringing attention to yourself. Please don't post some pic from in the club with some quote you stole like we was tighter than what we was. Trying to get likes for my love. If you can't go by the crib and give my mama a hug.
To my uptown posse, to my uptown posse, get the egg, get the egg, get the gat. To my BK posse, to my BK posse, get the egg, get the egg, get the gat. To my third wall posse, to my third wall posse, get the egg, get the egg, get the gat. Tell that Magno your posse, tell that Magno your get the egg, get the egg, get the gat.
I said, do eyes up from the belly of the dunya. Do eyes up for my Umi and the Uma. Do eyes up for the Honorable Louis Farrakhan who pulled me out the grave and pointed me toward the Sunnah. Remember rapping Duke? Daha. You never thought we'd make it to La ilaha illallah. It's the day of the judgment, fulfillment of the covenant. These universal truths remain self-evident. ROC stands strong like Sphinx do. Now who wanna come test the champion sound? Us, the biggest. Us, you know, from this one, you win there, man. Tell that pump wave pass it, tell that pump wave pass it. Get the egg, get the egg, get the egg, get the from the stand, remember that help to that candy. Oh, where they at, where they at, where they at?
To my uptown posse, to my uptown posse, get the egg, get the egg, get the egg, get the. To my BK posse, to my BK posse, get that, get the egg, get the egg, get the. To my third wall posse, to my third wall posse, egg, get the egg, get the egg, get the. Tell that Magno your posse, tell that Magno your posse, get the egg, get the egg, get the egg, get the.
You wanna act impatient every time I come around, every time I wear the crown. But then you see me when I'm at my lowest, then you wanna take advantage of. Petty cause you know me, petty cause you want everything. Got your new blood and your nose ring. This the type of shit that you are. So I call you when you're up again.
Don't know if I'm ready. Talk to you tomorrow. You can call me petty, but I get angry when you come to mind. Don't say that you're sorry. Too late to the party. Girl, don't get me started. I refuse to let you ruin my
motor's feeling good, trying to make me wait. Looking for a fight just to make me stay. To be honest, you've been fiending for attention cause you need it all. Reaching like you've been up to something. All of the phones you take, motels you waiting. But you don't really got nowhere to be. Busy wasting your time again. Tripping like you want it, tripping like you had everything. On your own terms, in your own lane. I don't wanna say you're flawed, so I call you by your other name.
don't know if I'm ready. Talk to you tomorrow. You can call me petty, but I get angry when you come to mind.
Club FM Philly. Chocolate Sundaes.
My bitch rock Versace, man. Versace, man. We just spent 600 at Hibachi, man. I'm right offsets, I'm knock me, man. I got doorbell, don't knock me, man. Don't knock me. I just been getting neck, I think she broke it, man. She broke it, man. I got old school, that bitch choking, man. Choking. I got some loud dope, it sound like ODB. It's ODB. I'm rocking Saint Laurent, hope she notice me. Yeah. My seats look like ice cream, again in Louise. Yeah. I'm still up off yesterday, that's older key. Yeah. Done not no effing, ain't no folding me. These shoes came with Band-Aid cause they overbleed. My bitch person handmade is from overseas. I got thick one, man, and one fit one, man. I got Gucci on the man, and it fit him, man. I wish my main bitch was playing. I got Gucci on and I'm not playing. I just had to pay for parking, man. Stomp on carpet, man. I got yellow bones and red, man. I got method names. It's judging me like Mathis Greg, man. She can't help it, man. My shit got all A's and B's and I'm ahead, man. Headache head, man. On Ensign Hotel, I should sneeze. Food in bed, man. Just got fed, man. Please don't run up on me. You gon' think you sleep, man.
Don't see. Pirate with the pirate.
Yo. Check me out. Once upon a time was a little from South Memphis. I think they call him Dolph. About 2009, a little started rapping, but he said he gonna be his own boss. 2010, dropped his first real mixtape, Welcome to the Dolph World, and he took off. Wait, pause, let me slow down a second. Ask Lil Wook, I came in the game reckless. Ask the I came in the game flexing. Yeah, he came in the game flexing. I remember 2011, major label came at me and they tried to give me $2 million. I gave him a handshake, looked him in his eye and said, nah, but I'll talk to you in 2 years. Ask every bitch in Memphis, they gon' tell you that he's huge, and he got the sack. Them little can't pull up like me, with 100 niggas and 100 racks. The streets ain't never seen no issue. Like my first show ever made him give me 5,000. Right there in my city and I threw it in the crowd. Been turned up ever since, bitch, it hit me now. I remember after that night, I told my mama that your son about to be a star. Fell asleep plenty of nights on that surf in your garage in my race car. All the bad shit on my radar. Pull up at myself with that, oh yeah. Come through in the coupe like, hey y'all. That young don't play dog. That young don't play fair. 2 million cash, but I don't stay there. At the racks in the cage, never lay there. Treat the truth like a daycare. I'm the one taught all these young niggas how to say, boy, go big homie and go get you a plug. That's why you had all them grizzly players and all they can say, guess where it came from? Yeah, I bought all of the drip to the city. These little niggas wasn't even on it yet. I came in this bitch rockin' Prada and Gucci and Dolce and talking about ownership, yeah. I just look stacking up, I like how it look, I play with it like Legos. Full of that drink, I DM Rihanna, told her let's go spend $500,000 on Rodeo. Real rich, how you know you rich? Cause I got rich on my payroll. My little boy in kindergarten went to school wearing Gucci, told his classmate, yeah, these my play clothes. It's a celebration, need me some Ace, somebody call Jigga, tell him that I need 50 caseloads. Me and all of the gang, drink out, they pour out the rest on the floor. Type of rich doing, they winning and living. Remember the days they was broke? Boy got so many diamond chains, get time together and start jumping rope. Came in this bitch with my back against the wall. The only major rapper in my city that came in the game that really had big racks in the wall. I got tired of watches, then I started buying cars. I got tired of cars, then I started buying property. Trap out here playing real like Monopoly. Dolph, you be too fresh, why don't you start modeling? Nah, I'd rather keep you modeling.
Club FM Philly. Chocolate Sundaes.
Want this feeling to last. I'll bet for you, they say. Feels they change like the weather. Close my eyes, fight forever. Got me nice on the other side. Is it cruel to me to pretend I can't see it when I pass you by? Same play, but not know why.
I take the pain, I can feel the shame. Ooh, 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 can't fight it, but we need it. Maybe it's just peace of mind that we're trying to find. Baby, don't swallow that, just catch a contact and try to ride. Don't let it go. Shallow breathing, better wait. I think it's a good time to fade away. Please don't push me, I'm on the edge. I'm scared too much, but you wanna make me. Let's go through it together. Maybe it's for the better. Cause you let me be, oh baby. Now let you go there. Roll up and then go back. Meet me in the corner, baby, you know where. It's cool to me to pretend I can't see it when I pass you by. Is it wrong of me to share the same tears and never cry? Don't know why. Ooh, we keep a foot on the gas, running from the past. Wondering why when we get it never last. She said, no boy, no, I don't wanna change. I take the pain, I can feel the shame. Ooh, 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 can't fight it, but we need it. Maybe it's just peace of mind that we're trying to find. Baby, don't swallow that, just catch a contact and try to ride. Don't let it go. Shallow breathing, fade away. I think it's a good time to fade away. More running, more through, more satisfied. More pleasure, more pain, what a feel inside. Oh, don't let it go.
Plus FM Philly. Chocolate Sundaes.
You know, and it's interesting just listening to what Jay said. Like, this took a generational global pandemic, I almost feel like, for the NCAA to finally push this over and kind of get on the right side of where everything was going. And, you know, one of the things you heard about in the release is they're talking about how this would be able to provide relief during this difficult time, you know, financially different schools to help some of the student athletes. Well, it doesn't go into effect until 2021. And that's if it gets pushed all the way through. There's a lot of gray area to this. There's going to be multiple levels of compliance. It's going to be pushed back onto the schools. And I'm not really sure how they're going to navigate this whole thing. And so that's really the interesting piece, like, to kind of dovetail off Jay, like, they're trying to push this through. They're behind it. They're opening it up, but there's really not a lot of answers in it outside of what everybody wants to hear is now people will be able to go out and market themselves and receive what they deem to be fair market value for their likeness.
Maybe they're trying to continue to control something that isn't really controllable. Ryan Clark, you're not only, of course, a former athlete, but you are the father of an NCAA student athlete. So what is your take here?
Well, I think the timing is not mysterious, right? You're hearing all of this news about the NCAA and whether or not sports can survive. Can these universities survive? And so now they come out and they make some more news. You're also hearing about people deciding to not even play college basketball, whether it's the G League or go overseas. And so what the NCAA has shown us that they'll do is they'll maintain control until forced to relinquish it. And that's what's happening now. When you listen to Jay talk about some of the oversight that's going to have to come into play in order for this to be viable, that's because they weren't planning on doing this. This isn't something that the NCAA truly wants to be behind, but they have been forced into. And so for me, I think this is a start, but I don't know if they will ever be at the point or the level that will be needed to compete with some of these other entities because they started so late and they fought it so long. And I agree with Jay Billis, there was no principle behind fighting it other than control, and now they find themselves in a situation I don't think they ever get out of.
So Jay Will, to come back to you,
and Greeny, think about this too, Greeny, for a second. I was gonna say, think about this for a second, Greeny, too, and Bobby and Ryan, especially with you guys in football. You guys are gonna be the first of this, okay? So you're dealing with this. You're trying to implement this right now with all this new legislation, all this new enforcement strategies that you're trying to put together out of thin air in order to react, right? On top of that, what happens if we actually don't have fans that attend football games this season? Then you don't have football, right? Then what you're going to see is a decrease of D1 sports, Greeny. D1, it affects Title IX because football and basketball subsidize a lot of other sports throughout the school. So look, this is just a beginning of a slew of issues for the NCAA that, once again, they're reactive. If they have been proactive in planning this stuff, this would have already been in place to help carry that issue that they're going to have in this current season coming up.
Well, Bobby, one of the things that I think has happened here is so much conversation on this show and others about just how important the money that football generates has made it very difficult to try and argue that this isn't a business. And at some point, I think that even the NCAA cannot continue to carry that out.
No, they just kind of finally pulled their head out of the sand a little bit. And one of the other interesting pieces that came out with this announcement with the NCAA is, the players aren't going to be allowed to have any university marks on them, which is understandable. But I began to think about this. Like, this happens in the NFL all the time. I mean, you have your sponsorships with the NFL, guys or players, and if they marry those two things together, they're allowed to do it. Part of the reason I think the NCAA, Greeny, is like, they don't also want some of the players chewing into the university's profits for some of these different marketing deals that have become so rich to help finance all of these things, because the money from football especially drives all the other sports. And without it, college athletics, as we know, I think will begin to cease to exist.
I don't want to die broke. I don't want to die rich. I don't want no side. I don't want no flash. I don't want to drive. I don't want no big crib. I'm just trying to live. Yeah, I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to live. Yeah, I'm just trying to live. Whole lot of other you could have that. Man, I'm past that. Had the Audi R8, but it crashed that. I ain't wanna be the kid that the kids laughed at. So I started running the streets, but this my last lap. Cops won't frisk me. Homies won't diss me. You sending shots, hope you miss me. RP Nipsey. Think my baby mom trying to turn my child against me. So I mix the deuce with the juice till it's empty. Sitting in the can, getting richer with the plan. Now it's different cause the fam think I'm richer than I am. It was God's plan that I stand out. Even Shug had it all. I don't wanna die broke. I don't wanna die rich. I don't want no side. I don't want no flash. I don't want drive. I don't want no big crib. I'm just trying to live. Yeah, I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to live. Yeah, I'm just trying to live. I guess I didn't show my child support. That's why his mama put me on child support. I was about to wild in court. Man, this pain starting to climb my thoughts. We got a child, so why are we the ones that can child this for? I keep it cause my enemies hate. I'm getting plenty cheesecake, plus the industry's fake. I used to dream I would live this life. More money, more problems, Big said it right. I need to save the light. I'm stressed, same time fully blessed. I guess come with success. Yes, I'm still riding with a vest. But this is one thing I say about my death. I don't wanna die broke. I don't wanna die rich. I don't want no side. I don't want no flash. I don't want drive. I don't want no big crib. I'm just trying to live. Yeah, I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to live. Yeah, I'm just trying to live.
You don't say. They don't ask you what's good. Ask you if you're okay. I've been having arguments the whole day. So I'm up in the apartment with the rosé, or in the hotel. Somebody I won't name. Let's just say an old flame. Laughing about the days when I had no game. Just couple crazy kamikaze guys with no brains. I don't wanna die. Do it myself cause I don't wanna blight. Happy at home so I don't wanna fly. They ain't selling me anything that I wanna buy. Showing out, nothing here ain't blowing out. Hey, get your coat, we're going out. She never wanted Donnie, had to throw him out. Think they're so in tune, but they're showing doubt. When I say my half-father and the mass is over, I'ma trample that lion and that Fassi Cobra. Yeah, that mafioso with a splash of Yoda. It's that big hollow man and that Casanova.
I don't wanna die rich. Yeah, I don't want no side. I don't want no fly. I don't want drive. Yeah, this shit. I don't want no big crib, I'm just trying to live. Yeah, I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to live. Yeah, I'm just trying to live.
Coronavirus isolated from humans. Under Section 101 of US 35 US Code, the patenting of a substance of nature is illegal. This was confirmed, by the way, in a Supreme Court case with which we were affiliated in 2013 against Myriad Genetics. And the Supreme Court ruled in their affirmation of this that it is illegal to have a patent on a human gene. The Center for Disease Control, April 25th, 2003, filed a patent for and ultimately received United States Patent 7776521. And I need to make a very specific reference to the fact that in claims 3 and 4, the method of detecting SARS virus and a kit for the detection of SARS virus was granted with no limitation, particularly Claim 4, which reads, a kit for detecting a severe acute respiratory syndrome-associated coronavirus in a sample. That's as broad as you get. They received a patent that restricted anyone, anywhere in the United States from engaging in any activity using this. Now, from April 2003 and following, the CDC owned not only SARS, but they owned the kit to detect SARS. Its ability to be detected, its ability to manufacture kits, and during that 15-year period, the effect of this grant, which was ruled unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, meant that commercial exploitation or any research involving the commercial exploitation of the virus or any kit to detect the virus would have been an infringement of the CDC patent, and therefore an infringement giving rise to CDC's actions, were it not for the fact that CDC's patent and their maintenance thereof is actually illegal. CDC and the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, led by Anthony Fauci, that's right, the Dr. Fauci that you hear, entered into trade among states, including, but not limited to, a corporation called EcoHealth Alliance Incorporated, and with foreign governments and foreign entities in direct violation of the Sherman Act provisions, specifically the Wuhan Institute of Virology and the Chinese Academy of Sciences, through a 2004 National Institutes of Health grant, R01 AI 110964. That constitutes commercial activity involving an illegal asset entered into interstate and international commerce in violation of the Sherman Act. The CDC and NIAID also entered into a commercial engagement with the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, which is obviously interstate, and with foreign nations, specifically the Wuhan Institute of Virology and the Chinese Academy of Sciences, with Dr. Ralph S. Barrett of the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and Dr. Zheng Li Shi, the head of the research component of the project that included not only the Wuhan Institute of Virology, but the National Natural Science Foundation of China. CDC and the NIAID entered into trade among states in addition, which gave rise not only to a constructive infringement, unless there was another undisclosed agreement, on the patent that was held by CDC, with the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and with foreign nations to conduct chimeric construction of novel coronavirus material with specific virulence properties prior to, during, and following the determination made by the National Institute of Health on October the 17th, 2014, that this work was not sufficiently vetted for biosecurity and safety standards. Further, it is presumed, and this is a presumption, please make the clear distinction, this is a presumption, that the CDC and its associates were A, fully aware of the work being performed using their patented technology, B, entered into explicit or implicit agreements including licensing or other consideration, and we know there's other consideration because we know the amounts of the grants that were exchanged, and C, willfully engaged one or more foreign interests to carry forward the exploitation of their proprietary technology after the United States Supreme Court rendered that technology and the proprietary rights to that technology illegal under their 2013 determination. Now, it's interesting to note that in January 2018, the U.S. Embassy reportedly sent 2 individuals to the Wuhan Institute of Virology, and in their examination found that a number of individuals and parts of the laboratory procedure were not in compliance with safe operating procedures for the level of severity of the biohazards within that laboratory. The Washington Post reported that a cable dated the 19th of January 2018 confirmed that there was, and I quote, during interactions with scientists at the WIV laboratory, they noted that the new lab has serious shortage of appropriately trained technicians and investigators needed to safely operate this high containment laboratory. A year later, in June 2019, the CDC conducted an inspection of Fort Detrick's U.S. Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious Diseases, or USAMRID, and ordered it closed after what appears to be the same violations. And this is actually quite critical because the Center for Disease Control shut down a laboratory for the very same argument that was made when the State Department and embassy staff reportedly found the same or similar violations at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. As those information with respect to the Fort Detrick investigation are not clearly available, all we can assume is that CDC selectively and capriciously closed one lab and let another with similar violations that also had a financial interest in their activities to continue. Now, here's where it gets a little messy, folks, because CDC reported the first SARS-CoV case in January 2020. And according to the CDC's own Epidemic Intelligence Service, by the end of January to the 1st or 2nd of February, there were 650 clinical cases and what they report to be 210 tests performed. Now just stop for a minute and ask yourself the question. If the test, which reportedly was not approved by the FDA for emergency use, remember, for emergency use, was not approved until the 4th of February. How is it that in late January, allegedly the CDC had allegedly conducted 210 tests on alleged cases of coronavirus infection in the United States? Given that the suspected pathogen was first implicated in official reports on December 31st, 2019, and only isolated within that very short period of time between December 31st and the early part of January, one can only conclude that the CDC had the mechanism and the wherewithal to conduct tests to confirm the existence of a novel coronavirus, did not have the mechanism, but falsely reported the information, and it certainly tests credulity of both the World Health Organization and the CDC that they could manufacture before anyone even knew this virus existed and had not clarified it in any form of genomic testing, that they had tests for 210 tests before any emergency use authorization was granted. Did the CDC have the test? Did they not have the test? Why doesn't the world have the test? The world doesn't have the test because from 2003 until today, the CDC illegally held, maintained, and controlled an illegal patent on both the virus and on the test that would be required to detect its presence. The reason why you can be told there is a novel coronavirus and the reason why there is no way to empirically validate whether there actually is SARS-CoV-2 or not is because the CDC maintained an illegal monopoly, restrained trade, and violated both the Sherman and the Clayton Act in their business practices with both domestic and foreign operators. around March 12th, and this date becomes exceptionally important to the last comment I'm going to make. Around March 12th, 2020, in an effort to enrich their own economic interess, by way of securing additional funding from both federal and foundation actors, the CDC and NIAID, Dr. Fauci elected to suspend testing as a requirement to classify a patient with COVID-19.
She don't even let me, she didn't like me cause I'm bad. I was in the ride pulling up, I made her mad. If they try to put me over, I'ma do the dash. If she give me talk, then I'ma rap coin. I'm so bad, I was cutting class, bad, ain't no hall pass. I was trapping gas, I might shoot. I was riding around Miami with no roof. Bad boy, put a flexin' in the chopper and it's brand new. Brand new, got a, she bad too, bad too. I'm in MIA, Rolls of the land, we gon' ride today. I'm a bad boy, run up, you might get blown away.
Making bad moves, bad, like I'm bad too. Bad too, get that bad today. We the hottest in the city, don't try to ride the wave. Young, taking over, they some bad babies.
She don't even let me, she didn't like me cause I'm bad. I was in the ride pulling up, I made her mad. If they try to put me over, I'ma do the dash. If she give me talk, then I'ma rap coin. I'm so bad, I was cutting class, bad, ain't no hall pass. I was trapping gas, I might shoot. I was riding around Miami with no roof. Bad boy, put a flexin' in the coupe.
50,000, I'm a flexin' all hundreds. 50. I'm so bad, Michael Jackson owe me money. I'm so bad, Ali couldn't touch me. I'm so bad, I flew a back out the country.
Said I love you, I was lying, that was yesterday. I can rock it in the club, but that's the only way. If I know that I won't win, then I won't even play. I'm so bad that I was waiting on a bad day. She don't even let me, she didn't like me cause I'm bad. I was in the ride pulling up, I made her mad. If they try to put me over, I'ma do the dash. If she give me talk, then I'ma rap coin. I'm so bad, I was cutting class, bad, ain't no hall pass. I was trapping gas, I might shoot. I was riding around Miami with no roof. Bad boy, put a flexin' in the coupe.
Plus FM Philly. Chocolate Sundaes.
I'm instructing my administration to halt funding of the World Health Organization while a review is conducted to assess the World Health Organization's role in severely mismanaging and covering up the spread of the coronavirus. Everybody knows what's going on there. American taxpayers provide between $400 million and $500 million per year to the WHO. In contrast, China contributes roughly $40 million a year, and even less. As the organization's leading sponsor, the United States has a duty to insist on full accountability. One of the most dangerous and costly decisions from the WHO was its disastrous decision to oppose travel restrictions from China and other nations. They were very much opposed to what we did. Fortunately, I was not convinced and suspended travel from China, saving untold numbers of lives. Thousands and thousands of people would have died. Had other nations likewise suspended travel from China, countless more lives would have been saved. Instead, look at the rest of the world, look at parts of Europe, other nations and regions who followed WHO guidelines and kept their borders open to China, accelerated the pandemic all around the world. Many countries said, we're going to listen to the WHO, and they have problems the likes of which they cannot believe. Nobody can believe. The decision of other major countries to keep travel open was one of the great tragedies and missed opportunities from the early days. The WHO's attack on travel restrictions put political correctness above life-saving measures. Travel bans work for the same reason that quarantines work. Pandemics depend on human-to-human transmission. Border control is fundamental to virus control. Since its establishment in 1948, the American people have generously supported the World Health Organization to provide better health outcomes for the world and, most importantly, to help prevent global health crises. With the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have deep concerns whether America's generosity has been put to the best use possible. The reality is that the WHO failed to adequately obtain, vet, and share information in a timely and transparent fashion. The world depends on the WHO to work with countries to ensure that accurate information about international health threats is shared in a timely manner. And if it's not, to independently tell the world the truth about what is happening. The WHO failed in this basic duty and must be held accountable. It's time, after all of these decades. The WHO failed to investigate credible reports from sources in Wuhan that conflicted directly with the Chinese government's official accounts. There was credible information to suspect human-to-human transmission in December 2019, which should have spurred the WHO to investigate and investigate immediately. Through the middle of January, it parroted and publicly endorsed the idea that there was not human-to-human transmission happening, despite reports and clear evidence to the contrary. The delays the WHO experienced in declaring a public health emergency cost valuable time, tremendous amounts of time. More time was lost in the delay it took to get a team of international experts in to examine the outbreak, which we wanted to do, which they should have done. The inability of the WHO to obtain virus samples to this date has deprived the scientific community of essential data. New data that emerges across the world on a daily basis points to the unreliability of the initial reports, and the world received all sorts of false information about transmission and mortality. The silence of the WHO on the disappearance of scientific researchers and doctors, and on new restrictions on the sharing of research into the origins of COVID-19 in the country of origin, is deeply concerning, especially when we put up by far the largest amount of money. Not even close. Had the WHO done its job to get medical experts into China to objectively assess the situation on the ground and to call out China's lack of transparency, the outbreak could have been contained at its source with very little death.
The U.S. Annually.
Impossibly spacious on the inside, impressively stylish on the outside. Every detail of the XT6 inspires the ultimate feeling of arrival. Obsessively crafted with available authentic wood, carbon fiber, metals, and semi-aniline leather seats, the XT6 is a moving masterpiece. Take a deep breath, because the available air ionizer uses positive and negative ions to surround you with fresh air, while the built-in tri-zone climate control helps those who run too hot, too cold, and every temperature in between. Designed with an obsessively crafted interior, intuitive adaptability, and inspired safety features, once again, we've made the impossible possible. Believe it.
Let's jam. We are Dark and Lovely. We hold up and condition every style. Regular for braids and twists. Extra for laid edges. Mega for definition and shine. So let's speak up. Let's stand out. Let's control our tomorrow. Let's jam We are dark and lovely. Hold your own.